Hello students, welcome to Dakshina E-Classroom. So guys, how are you all? I hope you all are well and you are studying very well. So guys, let's start the solution of DT5 question paper which we have given on the 4th of October. So the paper has questions from NLM, friction and the kinematics, NLM, friction. So now we'll be starting. So question 1 is the maximum range of a gun on horizontal terrain is 16 km. If g is equal to 10, what must be the muzzle velocity of the shell? So the maximum range of the gun is how much? 16 km. So maximum range matlab angle of projection will be how much? It will be 45 degree. And when we have angle 45 degree, maximum range is how much? R max is equal to R max. R is u square sine 2 theta by g. And when we have theta is equal to 45 degree, we are getting maximum range. And for that sine 2 theta will be 1. So what we get? We get R square, R max is equal to U square by G. So they are saying it is 16 km. 16 km means 16,000 meter. Clear? Now what must be the muzzle velocity of the shell? So we have to find out what should be the velocity. So from here directly we can say when this G is equal to 10 will go on this side, we will have U is equal to how much? 400 meter per second. Very simple. So ये क्वेश्चन हम बिल्कुल कर सकते हैं. इस क्वेश्चन में कोई रॉकेट साइंस नहीं है. मैक्सिमम रेंज इज गिवन, इट मींस थीटा is equal to 45 degree and maximum range is 16 km. Simply put theta is equal to 45 degree, right range is equal to this much and we can find out the velocity from here. So answer will be third option, 400 meter per second. ये सभी से हो जाना चाहिए था, इसमें कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, बहुत सिंपल क्वेश्चन है. Question number 2, a person can throw a stone to a maximum distance of h meter. कितना दूर फेंक सकता है maximum h distance? ठीक है, तो अगेन ये क्या है? दिस इज द मैक्सिमम रेंज, द ग्रेटेस्ट हाइट टू विच ही कैन थ्रो द स्टोन. सो दे आर सेइंग अगेन इन सेकंड क्वेश्चन दे आर सेइंग आर मैक्स फॉर दैट मैन इज इक्वल टू हाउ मच? इट इज h. इट कैन थ्रो द स्टोन टू अ मैक्सिमम डिस्टेंस ऑफ h मीटर. सो मैक्सिमम रेंज इज h. मैक्सिमम रेंज इज व्हाट? इट इज ऑलवेज u स्क्वायर बाय g because it is range is u square sin 2 theta by g. Sin 2 theta for maximum range is 1. And then we have maximum range is equal to u square by g. From here we know that if he can throw the particle to the maximum distance of h, it means he can have a maximum velocity of how much? Root gh. Clear? Because theta is fixed, 45 degree, g is fixed. It means he can have maximum velocity. He can use maximum velocity which is equal to root gh. He can throw the object with this much maximum velocity. Now he can change the angles. If he wants maximum range, he will throw it 45 degree. If he wants maximum height, he will throw it 90 degree. Clear? If he will throw it 90 degree, it will directly go up and then come down. So in that case, we will have maximum possible maximum height. Clear? So now they are saying the greatest height to which he can throw the stone. So when he wanted to cover maximum range, he was throwing at theta is equal to 45 degree. Now when he wants to have maximum vertical height, what he should do? He should throw at an angle theta is equal to 90 degree. Clear? And with what velocity? What maximum velocity he can throw the stone with? It is u is equal to root gh. In that case, what we will get? H max possible is equal to h max is always u square sin square theta by 2g. And now when we want maximum height is possible when we have theta is equal to 90 degree. So this will become 1. And now we will have u square is gh into 1 divided by 2g. So what we are getting? H by 2. Clear? So when he can throw the object to a maximum distance of h, he can throw the object to a maximum height of h by 2. Answer will be second option. Question number 3. This is also very easy. Question number 3. A grasshopper can jump maximum distance 1.6 meters. Same concept. It spends negligible time on the ground. How far can it go in 10 seconds? So now what it is doing? It is jumping like this and it is spending very less time, negligible time on ground. So it is jumping continuously. So now they are saying that he can cover a maximum, it can jump maximum distance of 1.6 meter. It means whatever maximum velocity he can have, what he is doing? It is jumping at an angle 45 degree. Then only he will be able to cover the maximum distance. So यहाँ पे क्या है? Again maximum range वाला concept. R max is equal to 1.6 meter, which is equal to u square by g. So from here we are getting u is equal to 4 meter per second. Take it here and u is equal to 4 meter per second. Now maximum speed, the maximum possible speed for grasshopper is 4 meter per second. Now we want to know कि in 10 seconds how much distance it will cover. Let's say in 10 seconds it is able to come here. In 10 seconds it is able to come at this point. Now we want to know how much horizontal distance it will be able to cover. So now we can find out the time of one flight or time of one jump. So time of one jump will be t is equal to 2u sin theta by g, and now because we are trying, or the grasshopper is trying to have maximum range, definitely it will jump on theta is equal to 45 degree. So theta is fixed, it is 45 degree. So now 2u is 4, sin theta is 1 by root 2 divided by g. What we are getting? We are getting from here 4 by g root 2. Time of flight is equal to 4 root 2 by g. Now we know that in 4 root 2 by g seconds, 4 root 2 by g second means one flight, it is covering how much distance? 1.6 meter. So in 10 seconds it will cover how much distance? So we can find out 10 into 1.6 is equal to 4 root 2 by g into x. So from here what we'll get? So here we have x is equal to 40 by root 2. So it is 20 root 2 meters. So x will be 20 root 2 meters. So in 10 seconds it will be able to cover 20 root 2 meters distance in x direction or in the horizontal direction. So answer will be the third option. Now question number 4. This question is also easy. थोड़ा सा दिमाग लगाएंगे हो जाएगा. Question number 4. A body is projected at an angle 30 degree from the horizontal with speed 30 meter per second. The angle with the horizontal after 1.5 second is. So it is thrown at an angle 30 degree and with speed 30 meter per second. So after 1.5 second, what will be the angle of the projectile with the horizontal? This is also very simple. So यहाँ पे क्या किया हमने 30 डिग्री पे 30 मीटर पर सेकेंड से थ्रो किया. Now velocity in x direction is how much? It is 30 into root 3 by 2. Velocity in y direction is 30 by 2, which is 15 meter per second, and this is 15 root 3 meter per second. After 1.5 second, if you want to find out the angle of projectile at any instant, what we need to do? We need to find out its velocity, and Vy by Vx will give us the angle with horizontal. So its path will be something like this. Let's say at this instant we want to find out the angle. So its velocity will be something like this. So in x, this will be velocity, in y, this will be velocity, and this will be the angle theta or theta dash made by the projectile with horizontal. कैसे find out करेंगे? This is Vy, this is Vx. Tan theta is equal to Vy by Vx. That is different. Here what we want to know? After 1.5 second, what will be the angle made with horizontal? Clear? ये question आप बहुत easily कर सकते हो. For explaining it will take time. तो अब यहाँ पे क्या है? After 1.5 second, we want to know what will be the velocity in y direction and what will be the velocity in x direction. So velocity in y direction. Simply, initially velocity is 15. Every second the velocity is decreasing in y direction. Every 1 second the velocity is decreasing by 10 meter per second because g is acting downward. Acceleration 10 meter per second square is acting downward. So every second we are losing how much velocity? We are losing 10 meter per second. So here we have 15 meter per second. After 1 second कितना हो जाएगा? 15 minus 10. So it will be 5 meter per second. In 1 second we will lose 10 meter per second velocity. So 15 में से 10 गया, 5 बचा. After 0.5 second, because we need to know after 1.5 second how much, फिर से 5 सेकंड लूज हो जाएगा, 5 मीटर पर सेकंड लूज हो जाएगा. सो वी विल हैव जीरो वेलोसिटी इन y डायरेक्शन. सो आफ्टर 1.5 सेकंड, भाई देख लो ना, 1 सेकंड में 10 से कम होता है तो 1.5 सेकंड में 15 से कम होगा. वेरी सिंपल. इन 1 सेकंड वेलोसिटी इज डिक्रीजिंग बाय 10 मीटर पर सेकंड. सो इन 1.5 सेकंड वेलोसिटी विल डिक्रीज बाय 15 मीटर पर सेकंड. सो आफ्टर 1.5 सेकंड y वेलोसिटी 0 हो गई और x वेलोसिटी तो चेंज नहीं होगी. इट इज ऑलवेज 15 रूट 3. इसका मतलब after 1.5 second velocity in y is 0. It means it is like this, and velocity in x is 15 root 3 meter per second. So what is the angle made by projectile? with the horizontal? It is 0 because it has only velocity in x direction. Basically the projectile is at its highest point and it is making theta is equal to 0 with horizontal. Projectile is at this point and it is making 0 angle with horizontal. So answer will be first option, 0 degrees. Question number 5. A bomb is dropped from an aeroplane flying horizontally with velocity 720 km per hour at an altitude of 980 meter. So it is moving horizontally at a height of 980 meter. The bomb will hit the ground after time. So basically what is happening? It is moving with 720 km per hour horizontally and it is dropping a bomb at height 980 meter. So basically what is going to happen? The instant at which bomb will leave the aeroplane, it will have the velocity of aeroplane, but velocity of aeroplane is only in x direction and the time required to reach to the ground will be dependent on the velocity in y direction. Initial velocity in y direction is 0. Velocity of the bomb is only there in x direction when it was released from the aeroplane, because it will gain the velocity of aeroplane and it will move with 720 km per hour. So bomb will move with 720 km per hour. How it will move? It will move like this, but its velocity in y direction is still 0. ठीक है? So aeroplane if it is moving horizontally, तो उसकी velocity bomb में आ भी गई, then also the time required to come to the ground will only depend in the on the velocity in y direction, which is 0. So v या फिर you can say uy is 0 and time required will be under root 2h by v. अगर आप h height, if the particle is released or if it has initial velocity 0 in y direction and it is dropping by a height of h, then time required is root 2h by g. और ये कोई फॉर्मूला कहीं बहुत बड़े उससे नहीं आया है, सिंपली क्या है यहाँ पे हमारे पास, अगर इसने h कवर किया डिस्टेंस ut plus half a t square, u was 0 so half a t square और half gt square, so t is equal to again root 2h by g. Very simple. So यहाँ से हमारे पास क्या आएगा, root 2 into 980 divided by 9.8 we have to take. So from here we have, this is 10, so we'll get 10 root 2. T is equal to 10 root 2. Time required to come to the ground is 10 root 2, which is equal to root 2 is 1.41 and into 10, so 14.15 seconds. So answer will be third option, 14.15 seconds. Question number 6. A shot is fired. This question is also very easy. Simply if you have uy 0, y direction में velocity अगर initial 0 है, जो भी एरोप्लेन से भी गिरा तो क्या हुआ, एरोप्लेन is moving horizontally, so whatever velocity it will have in horizontal direction. So उसको नीचे आने के लिए तो velocity in y direction is responsible ना. तो अब अगर एरोप्लेन की वेलोसिटी आप 1 मीटर पर सेकंड कर दो या 1,00,000 मीटर पर सेकंड कर दो, इफ इट इज मूविंग हॉरिजॉन्टली, देन क्या होगा, आपका जो बॉम्ब होगा वो इतना ही टाइम लेगा इफ इट इज ड्रॉपिंग फ्रॉम हियर. व्हाट विल बी द इफेक्ट ऑफ दिस वेलोसिटी? इफ वी हैव 1 किलोमीटर पर आवर तो ये छोटा डिस्टेंस कवर करेगा. इफ वी हैव बहुत छोटी वेलोसिटी, इतनी छोटी सी, तो कहां पे गिरेगा, इस जगह गिर जाएगा. इफ वी हैव वेरी बिग वेलोसिटी इट विल fall somewhere here. So if the velocity in x direction or the velocity of aeroplane if we will change, then the range of the bomb will change, but the time required to come to the ground will remain same because y में velocity इसकी initial 0 है. Now question number 6. A shot is fired from a point at a distance 200 meter from the foot of tower 100 meter high, so that it just passes over it. The direction of shot is, so basically what we are doing, we are standing 200 meter away from the foot of tower and we want a shot to be just touch and move away from that top of the tower. So basically what they are trying to say कि maximum height इसको just pass करना है. So what should happen? Just pass का मतलब क्या, कि एकदम यहाँ पे इसकी maximum height आना चाहिए. ऑब्जेक्ट को ऐसे नहीं जाना है, ऑब्जेक्ट को जस्ट पास करना है. So the object has to just pass the 100 meter tower. So basically its maximum height will be 100 meter and the tower is 200 meter away from the point of projection. It is 200 meter away. तो simply हमारे पास क्या आ गया, we have got half of range and maximum height. Now they want to know the direction of shot is. Direction of shot क्या होगा? तो यहाँ पे हमारे पास क्या गिवन है? R is equal to 400 मीटर. This is R by 2. इसका मतलब R is equal to 400 मीटर. H is equal to 100 मीटर. If you remember this रतन चोर है R tan theta is equal to 4h. From there you can get 400 tan theta is equal to 4 into 100. So from here we are getting theta is equal to 45 degree. Or else simply this is u square sine 2 sine theta cos theta by g, and this is u square sine square theta by 2g. So one sine theta will go away. U square g we have cos theta by sine theta cot theta. Here we have 4 is equal to, यहाँ पे क्या जाएगा 400 r by h किया ना हमने, r by h 400 divided by 100. So from here we are getting cot theta is equal to 1. So theta is equal to again 45. So if you remember this, good enough. अगर नहीं याद है तो सिंपली आप ये कर सकते हो, ये भी बहुत फास्ट कर सकते हो. This calculation you can do in your mind कि 2u square sin theta cos theta by g, and in denominator u square sin square theta by 2g. Simply cancel this in mind and try to do calculation in that way. So this was also very simple. इसका आंसर कितना आ गया हमारे पास 45 डिग्री. सेकंड ऑप्शन इज द करेक्ट आंसर. Question number 7. A ball is thrown from a point with a speed v naught at an angle of projection theta. From the same point and the same instant, a person starts running with constant speed v naught by 2 to catch the ball. Will the person be able to catch the ball? If yes, what should be the angle of projection? So what we are doing, with v naught speed we are projecting the projectile and at an angle theta. And the person is running with how much speed? V naught by 2. Person is running with V naught by 2 speed. So if he wants to catch the ball, what should happen? He is moving in horizontal direction with V naught by 2. And we know that the horizontal component of velocity of the projectile is going to remain same. So if it is thrown at an angle theta and speed V naught, this component is V naught cos theta. This is V naught sin theta. Now both projectile and the person have started at the same instant. So basically if he wants to catch the ball, he should reach this point at the instant when projectile will reach this point. Now for that to happen, both should have same velocity, because both are starting from the same point. Acceleration for both in x direction is 0. So if he wants to catch the ball at this point, he should have same horizontal velocity as the person. Now velocity of person is v naught by 2. So theta should be equal to 60 degree. Simple है ना. Cos 60 is 1 by 2. So if he wants to catch the ball, he should have, or the angle of projection should be 60 degree. So answer will be first yes 60 degree. Clear? Question number 8. A ball is thrown upwards at an angle 60 degree to the horizontal. It falls on the ground at a distance 90 meter. Clear? If the ball is thrown with the same initial velocity at an angle 30 degree, it will fall on the ground at a distance of. Very simple, कोई calculation नहीं है. 15 seconds में, या फिर आप बोल सकते हो जैसे ही पढ़ोगे question you can get the answer. So what is happening? You are keeping the initial velocity same and you are changing the angle. So in first case you have 60 degree and second case you have 30 degree. We know when the sum of the angle is 90 degree, the range for those particular angles will be same. If it is 60, this is 90 minus 60. For theta and 90 minus theta, we have same range, है ना? So इस केस में कितनी आई है 90 मीटर. So in this case also we will have range is equal to 90 मीटर. Why this is happening? Because हमारे पास range में क्या आता है? Range is equal to u square sin theta cos theta divided by g, and here 2. ठीक है? Sin theta, when angle of projection is theta, this is the range. When angle of projection is 90 minus theta, what will have 2u square sin 90 minus theta is cos theta, cos 90 minus theta is sin theta divided by g. So for theta, यहाँ पे what I am writing, sin 90 minus theta, so it has become cos theta. Cos 90 minus theta, it has become sin theta. So for both the cases we are getting the same range. So for theta as well as 90 minus theta, the range will be same. So answer will be 90 meter, second option. Question number 9. The point from where a ball is projected is taken as the origin of the x coordinate axis. The x and y components of its displacement are given by. So this is the point of projection and this is x, ये है y, यहाँ से हमने प्रोजेक्ट किया. So its x coordinate at any instant is 6t and y coordinate is 8t minus 5t square. So if we are throwing a particle with speed v and angle theta, या इसको u ले लो. So x coordinate क्या आता है in this case? We have velocity here u cos theta and here u sin theta. Acceleration here we have g. So x is equal to x or coordinate in x direction at an instant will be u cos theta t. Simply velocity into time because there is no acceleration in x direction. y में क्या होता है? ut plus half at square. u is in this direction. u sin theta into t. ये हो गया ut minus half gt square because acceleration is in downward direction. So at any instant what we have, the coordinate x coordinate is u cos theta t, y coordinate is u sin theta t minus half gt square. इसको solve करोगे तो क्या आ जाएगा? Minus 5t square. So if you compare these two, we have u cos theta is equal to 6. u cos theta, if you compare these two, you have u cos theta is equal to 6. And if you compare these two, 5t square, 5t square, 8t, u sin theta t, we have u sin theta is equal to 8. So from here we are getting tan theta is equal to 4 by 3, theta is equal to tan inverse 4 by 3. So अब इतना करने की जरूरत नहीं है. This all of these should be there in your mind. ये तो मैंने करके बताया ताकि आपका रिवीजन हो जाए. In every question we will try to have some revision. Whatever is related topics we can revise. So here this thing should happen in your mind. और simply क्या लिखो? X is equal to 60, u cos theta is equal to 6, u sin theta is equal to 8. And directly, if you don't want to write simply by looking at the question, you can do u sin theta is 8, u cos theta is 6, 8 by 6, 4 by 3, tan theta is equal to 4 by 3. So answer will be second option, tan inverse 4 by 3. Question number 10. The point from where a ball is projected is taken as the origin. Same condition is given. The x and y components of its displacement are like this. The velocity of projection is. Velocity of projection, from here we are getting u cos theta is equal to 6, u sin theta is equal to 8. So u will be equal to what? U square cos square theta. This component square plus this component square. 8 square plus 6 square, it is 100. So it will be u is equal to 6 square plus 8 square, u is equal to 10 meter per second. Clear? So same question was same in this question. In this question they have asked angle. And in the next question they have asked the speed of projection. So answer will be 10 meter per second. Third option. Displacement x of a particle is related to time as x is equal to at plus bt square minus ct cube, where a, b, c are constants of the motion. The velocity of the particle when its acceleration is 0 is given by. So x as a function of time is given. And they are asking the velocity when acceleration is 0. So x is equal to a t plus bt square minus ct cube. So velocity is equal to a plus 2bt minus 3ct square, and acceleration is equal to 2b minus 6ct. So they are asking when acceleration is 0, what will be the velocity? So acceleration को 0 put किया. From there we will get कि कब acceleration 0 है. So acceleration is 0 at t is equal to 2b by 6c, means b by 3c. Put this here, we will get b is equal to a plus 2b into b divided by 3c minus 3c into b square by 9c square. So from here we are getting 3c, 2b square by 3c, b square by 3c. So a plus b square by 3c will be the velocity. So this is the velocity when acceleration is 0. Clear? Answer will be third option, a plus b square divided by 3c. Question number 12. A particle moves a distance x in time t according to equation x is equal to t plus 5 inverse, or we can write 1 by t plus 5. The acceleration of particle is proportional to. So velocity is what? Velocity will be minus 1 by t plus 5 square, and acceleration will be plus 2 divided by t plus 5 cube. So from here we can write 2 into 1 by t plus 5 whole cube and 1 by t plus 5. This is x. So 2 by x cube, or you can say 2 into x to the power minus 3. So acceleration is proportional to minus 3 power of the distance. है ना, minus 3 power of the distance. Option 3 is the correct option. So this question was also very simple, and these two questions in which they have asked the velocity of projection and the angle of projection. These two questions are also very simple. अभी तक हमारे पास कोई ऐसा बहुत टफ क्वेश्चन नहीं आया है. सारे क्वेश्चन आसान है, थोड़ा टाइम देके आप कर सकते हो, या फिर एटलीस्ट आधे क्वेश्चन तो आप कर ही सकते हैं ना. इफ यू आर गिविंग मोर टाइम टू केमिस्ट्री एंड बायो, स्टिल वी कैन डू दीज क्वेश्चंस. 50% तो कर ही सकते हैं अभी भी. तो बिल्कुल इजी क्वेश्चंस हैं. थोड़ा सा दिमाग लगाएंगे, एकदम परेशान नहीं होंगे. क्वेश्चन करने से पहले थोड़ा सा सोचोगे और ठंडे दिमाग से सोचोगे तो यू विल बी एबल टू डू इट. Question number 13. An object is dropped from rest. If it falls a distance s1 during the first second and additional distance s2 in the next second, the ratio s2 is to s1 will be. So object is dropped from rest. These types of question we have done in kinematics. बहुत सारे किए थे हमने कि object is starting from rest and it has constant acceleration. Then the distance covered in first second, second second, third second, fourth second, if we find out the ratio, what we'll get? 1 is to 3 is to 5 is to 7. And if you find out the distance covered in 1 second, 2 second, 3 second and 4 second, what we'll get? 1 is to 4 is to 9 is to 16. है ना, याद है क्या किया था हमने? It is starting from 0 or rest and it has constant acceleration. Then this is 1 second, another 1 second, next 1 second, and then next 1 second. ठीक है. In this case, when we were finding out, here velocity will be 80, here 280, here 380, here 480. And what will be the distance covered? Here we have, if we take t seconds, t seconds, t second and t seconds. So velocity will be 80, 280, 380, 480. If you take distance covered in this interval, what will have? Average velocity into time. Average velocity is 80 by 2 into time of the interval is t. Average of this is 380 by 2 into time. Here 580 by 2, 3 plus 2, 580 by 2 into time of the interval, 780 by 2 into time. So basically if you take ratio, it is half 80 square is coming in everywhere. So 1 is to 3 is to 5 is to 7. And if you take the complete, this will be 80 square by 2. This will be how much? 480 square by 2. This will be how much? 980 square by 2. From we are starting from here and taking up to here. Then next will be 1680 square by 2. So if you take distance from starting in t second, in 2t second, in 3t second, in 4t second, what will have? 1 is to 4 is to 9 is to 16. And if you take the continuous interval of same duration, what will get? 1 is to 3 is to 5 is to 7. ये किया हुआ है. Please go and revise this. आपने नोट्स में लिखा होगा, नहीं लिखा होगा तो बहुत गलत बात है. फिर से जाके इसको अच्छे से नोट्स बनाएंगे. Clear? So what will be the ratio? When we are dropping, acceleration is constant, it is g. And when we are dropping, its initial velocity is 0. तो same is the case. बस इसको उठा के ऐसे घुमा दो. ठीक है, तो क्या ऐसे लटका दो. तो same will be the case. So the distance s1 during the first second and additional distance s2 in the next second. First second में s1 चला, next second में s2 चला. So s2 by s1 will be how much? It will be 3 is to 1. So ratio will be 3. Answer is third option. Question number 14. A body starting from rest moves with constant acceleration. The ratio of distance covered by the body during 5th second to that covered in 5 seconds. So covered in 5th second मतलब इससे भी आगे, and 5 second मतलब पूरा. So क्या आ जाएगा हमारे पास? body is starting from rest मतलब initial velocity is 0. So distance in 5th second will be how much? ये तो सबको याद है. ठीक है. So it is 0. So a by 2 into 2 into 5 minus 1. And s in 5 second will be ut plus half at square. U is 0. So half a is simply a t square. It is 25. So a by 2. Divide these. We have to find out the ratio. 5th second to 5 second. So a by 2 cancel. We will have 9 by 25. 9 by 25. और if you want to do it like this, आपको याद है, आपको पता है 1:2 क्या आता है, 1:2, 3:2, 5:2, 7:2, 9:11. This is the duration. This is the distance in equal intervals, equal consecutive intervals. ठीक है. And 1:2, 4:2, 9:2, 16:2, 25:2, 36. This is the distance from starting. Distance from starting position. है ना. बेसिकली इसको आप you can increase up to many seconds. So first second, second second, third second, fourth second, fifth second, sixth second. 1 second, 2 second, 3 second, 4 second, 5 second, 6 seconds. So if you take the ratio, you will get it like this. 5th second to 5 seconds, 6th second to 6 seconds, 3rd second to 3 seconds. This will be the ratio. So ऐसे भी कर सकते हो, थोड़ा सा माइंड पे थोड़ा सा जोर देना पड़ेगा, और वो दे सकते हैं. ठीक है. So 9:25. Question number 15. A car moves from x to y with speed vu and returns to y with uniform speed. Returns from y with uniform speed vd. So basically it is going from x to y with vu, and it is coming back with vd. The average speed of this round trip is. Average speed we have to find out. Average speed निकालनी है. So अगर ये distance d है, this is also d. So total distance is 2d divided by total time. Because they are asking speed. Velocity क्या हो जाएगी? जहां से क्या वहीं पहुंच गए. Velocity will be 0. But average speed will be there. Total distance is d plus d, 2d. Total time, इसमें time कितना लगा? Distance by speed. Distance by speed कितना जाएगा? 2vu vd divided by vu plus vd. ठीक है. ये किया हुआ क्वेश्चन है, एक लेक्चर में कराया हुआ क्वेश्चन है. So answer will be fourth option, 2vu vd divided by vu plus vd. Question number 16. A particle moving along x-axis has acceleration f at time t given by f is equal to f naught 1 minus small t divided by capital T, where f naught and capital T are constants. The particle at t is equal to 0 has 0 velocity. So particle is starting from rest. At the instant when f is equal to 0, what is the particle's velocity? So we have to find out the velocity of particle when its acceleration, which is represented by f here, is 0. अब most of the time क्या होता है, represent करते हैं हम acceleration को a से. तो जैसे ही नया कोई टर्म आ जाता है, जैसे ही f से represent कर दिया, k से represent कर दिया, तो हम क्या हो जाते हैं, डर जाते हैं. ये बिल्कुल नहीं करना है. These are just variables to scare you. और अगर आप डर गए, then we are successful. So f is equal to f naught 1 minus t divided by t. Now we have to find out the velocity at the instant when f is 0. So how we will find out the instant? First we need to know at what instant acceleration is 0. So f is 0 at what instant? At what t is equal to, we have 0 acceleration. So put it 0. This is a constant, this cannot be 0. इसका मतलब 1 minus t by t is equal to 0. It means t is equal to capital T. इसको इधर लेके जाओ. ठीक है. इतना सिंपल कैलकुलेशन सभी को आना चाहिए. So t is equal to t. So at t is equal to capital T, we have f is equal to 0. Now हमें instant मिल गया. We have got the instant when velocity is when acceleration is 0. Now we want to find out the velocity. So we have f is equal to f naught minus f naught t by capital T. अब this is what? This is nothing but acceleration. Acceleration मतलब dv by dt. Now we want to find out the velocity. So क्या करेंगे? dv is equal to f naught minus f naught t divided by capital T into dt. From where to where? 0 to initial velocity 0. At t is equal to 0, velocity 0. At t is equal to t, है ना? And t is equal to क्या? Capital T पे हमें find out करनी है velocity. We want to know at capital T velocity क्या है? So यहाँ से हमारे पास क्या जाएगा? इसका इंटीग्रेशन f naught t minus f naught t square by 2t. Integrated from 0 to capital T, we will get f naught t minus f naught t square, 1t cancel, f naught t by 2. So answer will be f naught t divided by 2. So half f naught t is the answer. This will be the velocity at the instant when acceleration is 0. When we have found out the velocity, we have found out the velocity at small t is equal to capital T, and at this instant what is happening? Acceleration is 0. So this is the velocity when acceleration is 0. Question number 17. The acceleration experienced by a moving boat after its engine is cut off is given by A is equal to minus k v cube. This is the acceleration after engine is cut off. Engine को बंद किया. Now its acceleration is this much, where k is a constant. If v naught is the magnitude of velocity at cutoff, so at cutoff हमने क्या किया? At cutoff, after cutoff acceleration is this much, तो हमने at cutoff मान लिया. This is our t is equal to 0. This is our starting instant. So इस टाइम पे उसकी velocity कितनी है? It is v naught. Then magnitude of velocity after time t, velocity at time t after the cutoff. So basically what they are saying कि भाई cutoff पे इतना, cutoff के बाद इतना acceleration है, and velocity at cutoff is v naught. After time t, what will be the velocity? So simply आपको ये cutoff वगैरह ड्रामा है सारा. आपको बोला है कि t is equal to 0, we have this much velocity. After t is equal to 0, we have this much acceleration. So after this instant, after time t, what will be the velocity? So our time is starting from here. We want to find out velocity after this much time. Velocity at this instant is v naught. Acceleration during this period is minus kv cube. Simply we can find out. Here we have A is equal to minus kv cube. Now we want to know velocity at some instant. इसका मतलब we need velocity versus time function. तभी तो we will put value of t and then we will be able to find out the velocity of the boat. So A को हम क्या लिख सकते हैं? A can be written as dv by dt. So from here we are getting dv by dt is equal to minus kv cube. V here, we have v here. V को यहाँ लेके आओ. So हमारे पास आ जाएगा 1 by v cube dv integration is equal to minus k integration dt. At t is equal to 0, this is our t is equal to 0. Velocity is v naught. At t is equal to some t, we want to find out the velocity. इसका इंटीग्रेशन क्या होगा? इसका इंटीग्रेशन होगा v to the power minus 3 का इंटीग्रेशन होगा v to the power minus 2 divided by minus 2. From where to where? From v naught to capital v naught to v. Minus k integration of t is integration dt is t. So from here we are getting minus half into 1 by v naught 1 by v square minus 1 by v naught square is equal to minus kt. From here minus minus will get cancelled. 1 by v square minus 1 by v naught square is equal to 2 kt. इसको अब आप सॉल्व कर लो. 1 by v square is equal to 2 kt v naught square plus 1 divided by v naught square. So v is equal to v naught square v naught divided by under root 1 plus 2 kt v naught square. So this will be the velocity at instant t after the engine is cut off. So answer will be fourth option. Now question number 18. A boy begins to walk eastward along a street in front of his house and the graph of his displacement from house is shown in the figure. His average velocity for the whole time interval is equal to. So graph is given something like this. This is the instant 5, 10, 15, 20 and this point we don't know. This is 40 and this is minus 20. So this is displacement versus time. Now they are saying what is the average velocity? What is the average velocity for the whole time interval? Now for average velocity what do we know? For average velocity we need the total displacement in the interval. Total displacement in the interval. अब यहाँ पे कुछ लोग कंफ्यूज हो जाएंगे. डिस्प्लेसमेंट निकालने बोला है, then start calculating the area. But displacement is the area under velocity time curve. This is directly giving us the displacement. At t is equal to 0, displacement is 0. At t is equal to, when time is increasing, displacement is increasing. It means the person is walking. Now displacement is again constant. It is 40. It means it is located at 40 only. It is not moving. Then its displacement start decreasing. फिर क्या हुआ? डिक्रीज हुआ. So basically बंदा जो है वो ऐसे चल के गया, थोड़ी देर यहाँ रुक गया, फिर और चल के गया, फिर वापस आने लगा. Then it is moving like this. और फिर उसके बाद फिर से ये यहाँ पे पहुंच गया. So basically यहाँ पे देखो, displacement increasing, displacement constant. In this part the person is not moving. यहाँ पे अगर आप टेंजेंट निकालो, टेंजेंट मतलब वेलोसिटी, टेंजेंट ऑफ द एसटी कर्व इज वेलोसिटी. एट दिस पार्ट वेलोसिटी इज 0. देन द मैन स्टार्टेड कमिंग बैक. धीरे धीरे उसका डिस्प्लेसमेंट क्या हो रहा है? कम हो रहा है. इट मींस इट इज कमिंग बैक. यहाँ पे डिस्प्लेसमेंट क्या हो गया? एट दिस इंस्टेड इट्स डिस्प्लेसमेंट इज 0. सो इट स्टार्टेड एट रेस्ट, फिर चला आगे, फिर वापस आया, फिर यहाँ पे डिस्प्लेसमेंट 0. डिस्प्लेसमेंट इज 0 एट दिस इंस्टेंट. फिर वापस पीछे गया. नाउ डिस्प्लेसमेंट इज नेगेटिव. डिस्प्लेसमेंट नेगेटिव तक गया, फिर वापस आया, फिर वापस घूमना शुरू किया इसने. एंड देन अगेन इट हैज कम टू दी ओरिजिन, है ना. बेसिकली यहाँ फिर से क्या आ गया? इट्स डिस्प्लेसमेंट इज 0. इस ग्राफ से परेशान नहीं होंगे. यहाँ पे ये ओरिजिन है, ठीक है, ये ग्राफ का ओरिजिन है. बट द पार्टिकल इज एट दिस इंस्टेंट पार्टिकल इज अगेन एट इट्स इनिशियल पोजीशन. क्योंकि उसका डिस्प्लेसमेंट क्या है? यहाँ पे डिस्प्लेसमेंट 40, यहाँ पे डिस्प्लेसमेंट 0 मतलब जहां था वहीं आ गया. फिर यहाँ पे डिस्प्लेसमेंट -20, अगेन डिस्प्लेसमेंट एट दिस पॉइंट एट दिस इंस्टेंट इज 0. इट मींस द पार्टिकल और द पर्सन हैज कम बैक टू इट्स इनिशियल पोजीशन. इट्स डिस्प्लेसमेंट इज 0, सो इट हैज कम बैक टू इट्स इनिशियल पोजीशन. अगर इनिशियल पोजीशन पे आ गया, इट मींस its net displacement is 0 and average velocity will be 0, because average velocity is what? Average velocity is the total displacement covered in the time interval divided by time interval. So it has come back to its initial position. Its average velocity in the interval will be 0. Answer will be fourth option, 0 meter per minute. Question number 19. A particle initially at rest moves along x-axis. Its acceleration varies with time as a is equal to 60 plus 5 meter per second square. If it starts from origin, the distance covered in 2 seconds is. So a is equal to 60 plus 5 meter per second, and at t is equal to 2 seconds. We need to find out the distance covered. So now it is initially starting from rest. It means initial velocity is also 0. So now we will get a is equal. We want to find out first velocity. We need to find out the displacement. For displacement, we need to integrate it to velocity and then again integrate it to displacement. So it is equal to dv divided by dt. So dv is equal to 60 plus 5 dt. From at t is equal to 0, particle is at rest. So initial velocity is 0. At t is equal to some t, particle's velocity is some v. So v minus 0 is equal to 60 square by 2 plus 5t from 0 to t. If you put 0 to t, you will get the same. So ये आ गया हमारे पास 3t square by 2. Now this can be written as dx by dt. So dx is equal to 3t square plus 5t into dt from at t is equal to 0, particle is at origin, it is given in the question. At t is equal to t, particle is at some x is equal to 3t cube by 3. So it will be t cube plus 5t square by 2 from 0 to t. Now they are saying find this at t is equal to 2. So यहाँ पे हम क्या रख देंगे? t is equal to 2. So x is equal to 2 cube. It is 8 plus 2 square 8, 2 cancel, 10 is equal to 18 meter. Clear? Answer will be 18 meter. So ये थोड़ा सा प्रैक्टिस करोगे, धीरे धीरे आता जाएगा आपको. और when you are practicing, when you are solving your practice sheet, please solve it like a test paper. इसको टेस्ट पेपर की तरह करो, तभी आप टेस्ट पेपर में इजीली कर पाओगे with confidence. So answer will be second option. Question number 20. 2 balls are dropped from the same height at 1 second interval of time. So they are dropped from the same height. इसको हमने t is equal to 0 पे ड्रॉप किया, तो दूसरे को हमने t is equal to 1 पे ड्रॉप किया आफ्टर अ इंटरवल ऑफ 1 सेकेंड. द सेपरेशन बिटवीन द 2 balls आफ्टर 3 seconds ऑफ द ड्रॉप ऑफ द फर्स्ट बॉल. फर्स्ट बॉल को ड्रॉप करने के बाद आफ्टर 3 seconds what will be the separation between the balls. तो it was dropped at t is equal to 0 after 3 seconds. इसके लिए टाइम कितना होगा? t is equal to 3 seconds. So we will find out what is the displacement of this object or this particle at t is equal to 3 seconds. Now this particle was dropped at t is equal to 1 second. इसका मतलब it has only 2 seconds to travel. t is equal to 0 पे एक को ड्रॉप किया, t is equal to 1 पे दूसरे को ड्रॉप किया, फिर t is equal to 2 and t is equal to 3 पे हम देख रहे हैं. तो for first object we have total 3 seconds. For second object we have only 2 seconds. So it will travel how much distance? Initial velocity for both is 0. Displacement of 1. Displacement of 1 will be half g into t square. 9. Displacement of 2 will be half g into, इसके लिए टाइम कितना है? It has started at t is equal to 1. So it has traveled for how much distance? How much time? For 2 seconds. So half g t square. So हमें find out करना है separation between them. So it will be somewhere here. ठीक है? This is S2 and this is S1. So S1 minus S2 will be how much? Half g into 9 minus 4. So it will be 5 into 5. It is 25 meter. So separation between them will be 25 meter. Question number 21. A block of mass 1 kg is at rest on a horizontal table. The coefficient of static friction between the block and the table is 0.5 g is equal to 10. The magnitude of the force acting upwards at an angle 60 degree from the horizontal that will just start the block moving is. So we have 1 kg block which is kept at rest and we are applying a force at an angle 60 degree. So what is the value of force for which it will start moving? We have to find out that. Mu is equal to given as 0.5. Yeah. So now what will happen when we are applying a force? Its one component will come here. This is f cos theta. It means f by 2. And this is f root 3 by 2. And here we have 10 and here we have normal. So normal is equal to 10 minus f root 3 by 2. ठीक है? Normal is equal to this much. And for just the block will just start moving. For that f by 2 should be equal to the friction which is acting here, which is maximum. Because for just start moving means the friction will be at its maximum value. So we will have f by 2 is equal to f max, which is equal to mu is 0.5 into n, which is 10 minus f root 3 by 2. So from here we have f by 2 is equal to 5 minus f root 3 by 4. So from here we have 2, this is 4, 5 is equal to 2f, 2 plus root 3 by 4 into f, and f is equal to 20 divided by 2 plus root 3. So 20 divided by 1.732, 3.732, and from here when you will solve it, you will get it equal to 5.36 Newton. है ना? If it is 3, it will be 6.66. If it is 3.73, it will be 5 point something. So answer will be either, if you want to calculate it, definitely आप पूरा calculation कर सकते हो. Otherwise, the options are 5, 5.36, 74.6 and 10. So if it was 3, then it would have been 6.66. If it is greater than 3, it means it will be less than 6.66. अब यहाँ पे less than 6.66 का एक ही ऑप्शन है. Equal to 5 हो नहीं सकता because कुछ तो कम ज़्यादा होगा ना उससे. So equal to 5 it is not possible. So 5.36. And if you want to calculate it, बिल्कुल कर सकते हो. Calculate करके आप solve कर सकते हो. Answer will be 5.36 Newton. Question number 22. Consider a car moving along a straight horizontal road with 72 km/h. If the coefficient of static friction between the tire and road is 0.5, the shortest distance in which the car can be stopped is. So when the coefficient of friction is given, it means we have given the acceleration. What maximum retardation it can have. So speed is given as 72 km/h, which is equal to 20 meter per second. है ना? 72 into 5 by 18 into 4 is 72 और फिर वहां से जाएगा 20 meter per second. Mu is equal to given as 0.5. It means maximum possible acceleration. Maximum possible acceleration. Maximum possible force is how much? It will be mu into mass of car into g. When you will divide it by mass of car, you will get maximum acceleration, which is mu g. So maximum acceleration possible is mu into g, which is equal to 5 meter per second square. ठीक है? Now we want to calculate what is the stopping distance. After how much distance it can be stopped. So final velocity is 0, initial velocity is 20, इज इक्वल टू 2 इंटू एक्सेलरेशन डेफिनेटली वेलोसिटी के ऑपोजिट डायरेक्शन में लगेगा, -5 इंटू x लिख लेते हैं इसको. सो वी विल हैव माइनस माइनस कैंसिल हो जाएगा, 400 इज इक्वल टू 10x, x is equal to 40 meter. So answer will be x is equal to 40 meter. Second option. Question number 23. A block of mass 2 kg is placed on a floor. The coefficient of static friction is 0.4. A force of 2.8 Newton is applied on the block as shown in the figure. The force of friction between the block and the floor is. Question number 23. So we have 2 kg block. We are applying a force is equal to 2.8 Newton. And mu is equal to 0.4. So now here the friction force we have to find out. So यहाँ पे क्या होगा, either this block will move or it will not. There are only two possibilities. Move करेगा या नहीं करेगा. If it is moving, it means friction will be at its maximum value. If it is not moving, it means friction will be equal to this value. If it is not moving, it means whatever force we are applying, friction will be equal and opposite to that force. So यहाँ पे आप देख लेते हैं कि what is the maximum value of friction force. So F max is equal to कितना आ जाएगा, mu into n. N is how much? 20. So we are getting it is 8 Newton. Okay, friction is 8 Newton. We are just applying 2.8 Newton. It means block is not moving. Block is not moving. मतलब friction इतना नहीं लग रहा है. कितना लग रहा है? We are applying 2.8 Newton and it is not moving. It means friction is how much? 2.8. Friction is self-adjustable. Static friction is self-adjustable. Kinetic friction is not adjustable. Static friction is self-adjustable. It has maximum value at 8 Newton. We are applying 2.8 Newton. So equal and opposite. 2.8 Newton is equal to value of friction. So answer will be first option, 2.8 Newton. Question number 24. 2 blocks. This question is very easy. अगर किसी ने नहीं किया है, very bad. Question number 24. 2 blocks A and B of masses 6 and 3 rest on a smooth horizontal surface as shown in the figure. It is the problem of block over block. If coefficient of friction between A and B is 0.4, the maximum horizontal force which can make them move without separation is. So we have a 6 kg block and on top of that a 3 kg block. We are applying a force to the downward or the bottom block, and here surfaces are smooth. Here we have mu is equal to 0.4. Clear? So now for the bottom block or for the 6 kg block, it can have any acceleration depending on this F. But this 3 kg block can have a maximum acceleration. उससे ज़्यादा वो नहीं चल सकता. What is its maximum acceleration? So maximum force acting on it is F max. Only friction is acting on this block. How much it is? It is mu into n. Mu is 0.4, n is 30. So from here we are getting 12 Newton, and A max will be its maximum force divided by its mass. It is 4 meter per second square. It means 3 kg block can move with maximum 4 meter per second square. So now what will happen? When we will start increasing this F, slowly this acceleration of the system will start increasing, and at some instant this block will not be able to cooperate with this block, and ये fast move कर जाएगा और ये slow ही move करता रह जाएगा because it does not have a sufficient force in that case. तो अब ये maximum कितने से चल सकता है? 4 मीटर पर सेकेंड से चल सकता है. Now if they have to move without separation, भाई 2 बंदे हैं, आप हो, आपका भाई है, आपके भाई के पैर में चोट लगी हुई है. नाउ यू आर ट्राइंग टू एस्केप फ्रॉम समवन. अब आप कितने से दौड़ सकते हो? 50 मीटर पर सेकेंड स्क्वायर के एक्सेलरेशन से. आपका भाई 10 से दौड़ सकता है. इफ यू वांट टू मूव टुगेदर, आपको उसके हिसाब से चलना पड़ेगा. द वन हु हैज कंस्ट्रेंट्स. सो दिस वन हैज कंस्ट्रेंट्स, सो इट कैन मूव विथ मैक्सिमम 4 मीटर पर सेकेंड स्क्वायर. सो इफ दिस सिस्टम हैज टू मूव टुगेदर, इट कैन मूव मैक्सिमम टू मैक्सिमम. पूरा सिस्टम 4 से अगर चलेगा तो साथ में चल पाएंगे, अदरवाइज दे विल गेट सेपरेटेड. सो इट मींस इट कैन मूव मैक्सिमम विथ 4. सो फॉर मूविंग टुगेदर, मैक्सिमम एक्सेलरेशन दिस सिस्टम कैन हैव इज 4 मीटर पर सेकेंड स्क्वायर. And to have 4 meter per second square, what is the force acting on this system? It is F. So force is equal to, net force is acting on it is F. F is equal to ma. M is 9 into A is how much? 4. So the maximum force which make them move together, the maximum value of force which can make them move together is how much? 36 Newton. If we increase the force F, then it will have a greater acceleration. This cannot increase its acceleration, so it will lag behind, it will move forward and they will get separated. So maximum force which can make them move together is 36 Newton. क्या करना है? जब भी ऐसा पूछे कि with what maximum acceleration they can move together, then find out which one has constraint, which one have the lack of force. ठीक है? So the one which has lack of force, find out the maximum possibility for that particular object. Like here we have this object can move with a maximum acceleration, which is depending on the friction provided from this surface. So it can move with maximum force. It means this system should move with maximum force. Force से कम से चलेगा, definitely they'll be moving together. But maximum to maximum it can move with 4. And for this system to move with 4 meter per second square, we should have a force of 36 Newton. If we have lesser force, they will move with lesser acceleration. This system will move with lesser acceleration. But if we increase the force, then this system will be, blocks will be moving separately. Clear? So answer will be 36. If a lift is moving upward with an uniform velocity v in which a block of mass m is lying, the frictional force offered by the block when coefficient of friction is mu. So lift is moving upward, block is simply kept on the floor. ठीक है? अब यहाँ पे क्या होगा? बच्चे इसलिए कंफ्यूज हो जाएंगे. Let's say this is lift, उस पे एक block रखा हुआ है, it is moving with constant velocity in upward direction. पहली चीज, it is moving with constant velocity in upward direction. It means this is moving with constant velocity. It means net force on it is 0 because it is not having any acceleration. So यहाँ पे आ जाएगा n is equal to mg. अब friction कितना लग रहा होगा? तो friction will start acting when you will apply a force on this in horizontal direction. If you are applying some force from here or if you are applying some force from here, then friction will act. अब ये तो पूरा मोशन ही वर्टिकल डायरेक्शन में हो रहा है. There is no force in x direction. Why friction will act? फ्रिक्शन कोई पागल थोड़ी ना हो गया है. तो क्या होगा? There will be no friction, zero friction. बट क्या होगा? क्योंकि हम उतना कंसंट्रेशन से पढ़ते नहीं क्वेश्चन, तो बढ़िया हम देखेंगे. ओके, इट इज मूविंग विद कांस्टेंट वेलोसिटी, n is equal to mg है. I'm sorry, mg is here and n is here. So n is equal to mg है. Friction will be mu mg, but that is wrong because that is the maximum value of friction. Friction will start acting only if you have some force on it in horizontal direction because friction is going to act in horizontal direction. Here we have no force, the object is just lying on the floor, so the friction will be 0. Answer will be first option. Question number 26. The frictional force between two surfaces is independent of nature of surface? No. It is dependent on the nature of surface. Mass of the body? Yes. अपने पास क्या आता है? फ्रिक्शन की मैक्सिमम वैल्यू क्या आती है? म्यू एम जी. भाई ज्यादा मास होगा उस पे, ठीक है, ज्यादा मास होगा. द फ्रिक्शनल फोर्स बिटवीन टू सरफेसेस इज डिपेंडेंट ऑफ मास ऑफ बॉडी. मतलब अब यहाँ पे आपको मोस्ट एप्रोप्रिएट देखना है, ठीक है. मास ऑफ बॉडी से आपको यहाँ पे क्या आता है? म्यू एम जी हमेशा नहीं आता, इट इज म्यू एन. ठीक है, म्यू एन होता है, बट एन समटाइम्स इट मे डिपेंड ऑन मास. ठीक है, क्या होगा अगर सिंपली इफ यू कीप अ ब्लॉक ऑन फ्लोर, तो इसके हमारे पास उस केस में तो n इज इक्वल टू mg ही होगा. ठीक है, बट कभी कभी क्या होता है कि समटाइम्स बिकॉज वी आर अप्लाइंग सम फोर्स हियर, तो उस केस में यहाँ पे n की वैल्यू कम हो जाती है. तो कंप्लीटली इंडिपेंडेंट नहीं है. द फ्रिक्शन फोर्स इज नॉट कंप्लीटली इंडिपेंडेंट ऑफ मास. इट मे डिपेंड ऑन मास. अगर मास ज्यादा है तो नॉर्मल ज्यादा हो जाएगा, इन दैट केस फ्रिक्शन विल बी मोर. एरिया ऑफ कांटेक्ट, एरिया ऑफ कांटेक्ट पे तो बिल्कुल डिपेंड नहीं करता, बिल्कुल भी डिपेंड नहीं करेगा एरिया ऑफ कांटेक्ट पे. इसमें क्या आएगा? कितना नॉर्मल फोर्स से आप उसको प्रेस कर रहे हो. इफ मास इज मोर, द प्रेशर और द नॉर्मल फोर्स, अगर मास ज्यादा है तो नॉर्मल फोर्स ज्यादा लगेगा सरफेस पे, इन दैट केस फ्रिक्शन फोर्स विल डिपेंड ऑन द मास, लेकिन एरिया ऑफ कांटेक्ट पे डिपेंड नहीं करेगा. एंड फोर्थ इज नॉर्मल रिएक्शन. नॉर्मल रिएक्शन पे भी डिपेंड करेगा. नॉर्मल रिएक्शन पे तो करता ही है. नॉर्मल रिएक्शन इज द मेन थिंग यहाँ पे, है ना. व्हाट इज द नॉर्मल रिएक्शन? इट विल डिपेंड ऑन दिस म्यू इनटू एन. मास पे भले ही डिपेंड ना करे, बट नॉर्मल रिएक्शन पे तो करेगा ही. बिकॉज फ्रिक्शन क्यों आता है? बिकॉज व्हेन टू बॉडीज आर पुशिंग अगेंस्ट ईच अदर, तब नॉर्मल रिएक्शन वहां पे आता है, एंड फ्रिक्शन इज ऑल्सो कम्स बिकॉज ऑफ दैट ओनली. सो नॉर्मल पे करेगा, एरिया ऑफ कॉन्टेक्ट पे नहीं करेगा. Question number 27. A block of mass m rests on a rough horizontal surface as shown in the figure. Coefficient of friction between the block and the surface is mu. The force F is equal to mg acting at an angle theta with vertical side of the block and pulls it. In which of the following cases can the block be pulled along the surface? So here we have F is equal to mg force acting at an angle theta with vertical, and this is m. Coefficient of friction is mu. Now they are asking for which condition. Conditions are tan theta greater than or equal to mu, cot theta greater than or equal to mu, tan theta by 2 greater than or equal to mu, cot theta by 2 greater than or equal to mu. For which condition this block will be pulled along the surface. So now here we have mg sin theta and here we have mg cos theta. Normal mg. So now here we have n is equal to mg 1 minus cos theta, है ना? n plus mg cos theta is equal to mg, so n is equal to mg minus mg cos theta, so n is equal to mg into 1 minus cos theta. And for this block to just move, what we need to have? We need to have F max is equal to mg sin theta. F max is equal to mg sin theta. F max is what? Mu into n. N is what? mg into 1 minus cos theta. So mu n is equal to mg 1 minus cos theta into mu is equal to, this is F max is equal to mg sin theta. So from here we are getting 1 minus cos theta. So half, if you remember half angle formula, we have 1 minus or sine square theta is equal to 1 minus cos 2 theta by 2, and cos square theta is equal to 1 plus cos 2 theta by 2. Or if you want to write it like this, ऐसे भी लिख सकते हो, 1 plus cos 2 theta by 2 is equal to cos theta, root of 1 plus cos 2 theta by 2 is equal to cos theta, and root of 1 minus cos 2 theta by 2 is equal to sin theta. So 1 minus cos theta, if you replace here by theta, यहाँ जाएगा theta by 2. If you replace here theta, यहाँ जाएगा theta by 2. So 1 minus cos theta, 1 minus cos theta is this. Take it here, sin square and 2. So it will be 2 sin square theta by 2. And this is what? अच्छा जी तो कैंसिल हो गया. Sin theta, तो sin theta को क्या लिख सकते हो? 2 sin theta by 2 cos theta by 2, है ना? Sin 2 theta is 2 sin theta cos theta. Sin theta is 2 sin theta by 2 cos theta by 2. So from here we are getting sin theta by 2 is equal to cos theta by 2. Yeah, here we have mu also ना, mu मिस हो गया था. So mu into sin theta by 2 is equal to cos theta by 2. So mu is equal to cot theta by 2. Mu is equal to cot theta by 2. Now here we have inequality, है ना, greater than less than वाला. तो अब if this block has to move, अगर इस block को हम pull करके लेके जा सकते हैं, what should happen? mg sin theta, this force must be greater than the friction. So mg sin theta must be greater than or equal to the friction force. mg sin theta must be greater than or equal to, so जब inequality लगाओगे what will get? mu या फिर cot theta by 2 greater than or equal to mu, or mu less than or equal to cot theta by 2. So answer will be fourth option, cot theta by 2 is equal to or greater than or equal to mu. Question number 28. 80 railway wagons, all of same mass, are pulled by an engine with a force 4 into 10 to the power 5 Newton. The tension in the coupling between 30th and 31st wagon from the engine is. So we have 80 such masses, each of mass m is equal to 5 into 10 to the power 3 kg, are pulled by an engine with a force F is equal to 4 into 10 to the power 5 Newton. So we have here 80 wagons which are being pulled by a force of this much. सो 80 है, सबका हमने मास मान लिया m, ठीक है। तो नाउ टोटल मास वी हैव 80 m. They are asking what will be the tension in the coupling between 30th and 31st. So let's say यहाँ पे क्या है, इस साइड 30 है, इस साइड 50 है, टोटल वी हैव 80. So इस साइड हो गए 30, इस साइड हो गए 50. So if you break here, इनके बीच में कुछ कपलिंग है. So this is the 30th block and this is the 31st block, है ना. 1 2 3 4 5 6 up to 30 and then 31st, 32nd, 33rd and up to 80. So here we have 30, here we have 50. So this is 30th block, this is 31st block and we have to find out tension here. So basically now we have two masses. अगर हर कोई m मास का है तो 80 क्या है, 80 m मास के. 30 will be of 30 m mass, so this will be of 30 m, this will be of 50 m. And now we are applying a force here. Here there will be a tension, here there will be a tension. ठीक है. Now we want to calculate the value of tension. That's why I have broken this. I have broken this in two parts at 30 and 31st block. That's how I'll be able to find out the tension in the coupling between 30 and 31st block. So now for this I can write F minus T is equal to mass कितना है इसका 30 m into its acceleration. Acceleration अभी हमें पता नहीं. Can we find out? Yes. So we have a complete mass 80 into this much. The complete mass of the system is 80 into this much. How much force we are acting on the system? इतना. तो हमारे पास क्या जाएगा, acceleration of the system. The complete system is going to move its an acceleration. Force which is 4 into 10 to the power 5 divided by total mass of the system. 5 into 10 to the power 3 into 80 such wagons. So now we will have 1 meter per second square. So acceleration is how much? 1 meter per second square. 1 लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है. So F is 4 into 10 to the power 5 minus T is equal to 30 into 5 into 10 to the power 3. So T is equal to 4 into 10 to the power 5 minus 15 या 1.5 into 10 to the power 5. So यह जाएगा 2.5 into 10 to the power 5. T is equal to 2.5 into 10 to the power 5 और 25 into 10 to the power 4 Newton. So tension की वैल्यू कितनी आ गई? 25 into 10 to the power 4 Newton, which is given in the first option. ठीक है. So tension which is acting between 30 and 31st block is equal to 25 into 10 to the power 4 Newton. Question number 29. Three blocks of masses 4 kg, 8 kg and 24 kg are connected to each other with light strings and placed on a rough horizontal and placed on a smooth horizontal floor as shown in the figure. If the system moves with an acceleration of 2 meter per second square, the applied force F is. This question is also very easy. So we have 2 kg, 24 kg, 8 kg and 4 kg. And here we have a force which is acting on this system. This complete system is moving in this direction with 2 meter per second square. It is moving with 2 meter per second square. Then applied forces. Now for this complete system we have only one external force. These forces are internal, these forces are internal. We have only one external force. If I want to consider this complete system as one, I can consider. So I have a system of 24 plus 4, 28 plus 8, 36. We have 36 kg mass on which we are applying F force. So acceleration of the system will be force or acceleration of the system is given as 2 meter per second square. So now a system having mass 36 kg, a system having mass 36 kg and moving with acceleration 2 meter per second square, what is the net force acting on it? It is mass into acceleration, 36 into 2, which is 72. Now what is the net force acting on that system? It is F. So F will be equal to 72 Newton. For a mass of 36 kg to move with 2 meter per second square, a net force of 72 Newton should act on that system. And here we have only one force, which is the net force on that system. So F should be equal to 72 Newton. Very simple. Answer will be second option. Question number 30. The horizontal acceleration that should be given to a smooth inclined plane of angle sine inverse 1 by L to keep an object stationary on the plane relative to the inclined plane is. So this kind of questions we have done. So we have an inclined plane which is inclined at an angle theta, where sine theta for that angle is 1 by L. It is given in the question. Now a block is kept on this system. and they are saying that we should provide this wedge or this inclined plane an acceleration such that this block remains at rest with respect to inclined plane. So basically with respect to inclined plane it remains at rest, मतलब inclined plane के ऊपर ये चल नहीं रहा है. अगर आप यहाँ बैठ के देखोगे तो आपको चलता हुआ दिखाई नहीं देगा. Basically it is going to move with the acceleration same as the inclined plane. आप ऐसा मान लो कि हमने ब्लॉक को ग्लू से उस inclined plane पे स्टिक कर दिया है. So it is not able to move on the inclined plane. Clear है ये चीज? So basically this has become a part of the inclined plane. So इसको आप दो तरीके से कर सकते हो. मान लो मैंने क्या किया, I have given some acceleration in this direction. इधर ही देना पड़ेगा. अगर इधर acceleration देंगे तो ये तो पीछे रह जाएगा और inclined plane आगे बढ़ जाएगा. So we will give some acceleration here. तो मैंने जब इसको acceleration इधर दिया, so you can do it in two ways. Either you can say कि भाई ground से बैठ के अगर आप देखोगे, what you will say, you will say that this block as well as this block both are moving in this direction with acceleration a, and I just want to find out the condition कि कितना acceleration देना है हमें. So what is happening? It is moving with acceleration a. It is moving with acceleration a. तो किसी एक का free body diagram बना लेंगे. तो क्या आएगा? For this object we have, और directly I'll apply force. So इधर लगेगा mg. Normal will act here, and the resultant of these two forces will be such that the acceleration will be in this direction. So they are going to give ma in this direction. Net force is equal to ma. इन दोनों का रिजल्टेंट इधर होना चाहिए. ठीक है. और if you are doing with pseudo force, what you can do? You go and sit on this inclined plane. अब इस पे क्या होगा? You have a force n, mg, another force n, and one more force, pseudo force, which is acting due to this acceleration. Your frame of reference, which is inclined plane, it is moving with some acceleration, so you will apply a pseudo force. So what you will write? mg normal, and it is moving in this direction with a acceleration, so you will apply a force ma in this direction. Now according to you, now you are sitting on the inclined plane and the object is not moving on the inclined plane. Basically it is stuck with the inclined plane. So क्या होगा? While sitting here you will observe that this block is not moving. मुझे तो मूव करता दिखाई नहीं दे रहा. So what you will do? You will have a net force is equal to 0 on this system, और फिर उसके बाद आप सॉल्व करोगे, you will get the answer. सॉल्व करके देख लेते हैं क्या आ रहा है आंसर हमारे लिए. So here we have either of the two cases you can do it. So n mg. Now n will act at what angle? So n will act from here. So here we have, this is theta, this is also theta, this is 90 minus theta. ठीक है? So this will be theta. So it is acting at an angle theta with the vertical. So if you are doing from ground, what you will write? Net force in this direction is equal to ma, and net force in this direction is equal to 0. Because when you are observing from ground, you are just seeing that the small block is moving in this direction with a acceleration. Is it going up and down? No, it is moving in this direction with a acceleration. So n cos theta is equal to mg. N cos theta is equal to mg, and n sin theta, n cos theta is equal to mg, and n sin theta is equal to ma. Whatever net force I have in this direction, that should be equal to ma. Clear? So from here we are getting tan theta is equal to a by g, and a is equal to, we want to find out a is equal to g tan theta. These questions we have already done and यही result आया था. Now we have sin theta. So for any triangle, this is theta, sin theta is 1 by l, मतलब 1 l. This will be l square minus 1. So tan theta will be 1 by l square minus 1. So g into 1 by under root l square minus 1. So this should be the acceleration, g divided by l square minus root l square minus 1. Now if you want to do it with pseudo force, what you will do? आप इस पे net force क्या करोगे? 0, because when you are sitting on the inclined plane, you are seeing that the block is not moving at all. वो तो inclined plane पे पड़ा हुआ है बस. So यहाँ पे क्या होगा? इधर आ जाएगा आपका n sin theta is equal to ma, n cos theta is equal to mg. So net force in x is equal to 0, net force in y is equal to 0. So n cos theta is equal to mg, n sin theta is equal to ma. So from here we will get acceleration of the plane will be equal to g divided by l square minus 1. Question number 31. A machine gun is mounted on a 200 kg vehicle on a horizontal smooth road. The gun fires 10 bullets per second with a velocity of 500 meter per second. If the mass of each bullet be 10 gram, then the acceleration produced in the vehicle is. So basically here what is happening? We are keeping the gun on a vehicle which is kept on the smooth horizontal floor. Now every second we are firing 10 bullets with speed 500 meter per second. So initially the bullets are inside the gun. These bullets are at rest. And the moment you are firing the bullets, every second 10 bullets with 500 meter per second. So what is happening? Suddenly they are changing their momentum. So if they are changing their momentum, it means there is some force which is applied from the gun on the bullet. So simply as a result, as a reaction, the bullets will apply some force on the gun. So if the momentum of bullet is changing, the momentum of gun will also change, or the momentum of the vehicle which is on which the gun is kept, the momentum of that vehicle will change. So it will have some acceleration because there is a change in momentum, and delta p is equal to f delta t, है ना. तो वहां से हमारे पास क्या आ जाएगा, f is equal to delta p by delta t. So basically because here the momentum is changing, उनके बीच में कुछ force लग रहा है. So the vehicle will have a resultant force on it. So now every second we are firing 10 bullets of mass how much? 10 gram. Each bullet is of 10 gram mass. And what is their speed? V is equal to 500 meter per second. Clear? So now in 1 second we are firing 10 bullets of 10 gram with 500 meter per second. So in 1 second, how much momentum we are changing? So we have to write mv. So initially momentum was 0 and then bullets have momentum this much. So 10 bullets of 10 gram 500 meter per second. So we have change in momentum will be equal to m, which is 10 bullets of 10 gram. So we'll have to convert it into kg into their velocity. So mass into velocity. So this is the change in momentum and this is time. So delta p is equal to how much? 1, 2, 3. So here we have delta p is equal to 50 and delta t is equal to 1 second. So how much force will it? Delta p by delta t. Delta p by delta t, it is 50 Newton. So the force which is acting on the gun or the force which is acting on the vehicle is how much? 50 Newton. Then the acceleration produced in the vehicle. So if the force is how much? 50 Newton. So acceleration will be how much? 50 mass divided by force divided by mass, 200 kg, है ना. So ये जाएगा 1/4 which is 0.25 meter per second square, and if you convert it into centimeter, because we have answers in centimeter as well, so A will be equal to 25 centimeter per second square. This will be the answer, 25 centimeter per second square, which is given in the first option. Question number 32. A body starts climbing up an inclined plane having inclination 30 degree and stops at a distance of 17.3 meters. So यहाँ पे आके stop हो गया. If the angle of inclination be 60 degree, if we are increasing the angle of inclination to 60 degree, then up to what distance it will move? Up to what distance it will move? So if we are moving with the same initial velocity, ठीक है? So यहाँ पे कुछ initial velocity रही होगी, यहाँ पे same initial velocity है. Up to what distance it will move? So basically why it is stopping? It is stopping because there is a force mg sin theta which is acting downward. Mg sin theta will provide an acceleration in downward direction. Motion is in upward direction, so we have a retardation. So in this case retardation is how much? G sin theta. G sin theta मतलब g by 2 5 meter per second square. In this case acceleration is how much? G sin theta. It will be g root 3 by 2. So it will be 5 root 3 meter per second square. So in this case we have more retardation. So now initial velocity is u, final velocity is 0. So here we have 0 square minus u square is equal to 2 into a is how much? 5 into s is in this case 17.3, and in next case just remove it and acceleration will be opposite to the direction of motion. So यहाँ पे minus minus भी cancel हो जाएगा. So u square is equal to 2 into 5 root 3 into x. So simply divide it, you will get it. तो कितना आया हमारे पास? x equal to 17.3. Root 3 is 1.73. So x is equal to 10 meters. So in this case, it will stop at 10 meter distance. In this case, it will move up to 17.3 meter. In this case, it will move up to 10 meter. Definitely. Why? Because in this case, acceleration is more. So it will stop before this instant or before this point. It will stop earlier. So here we will have 10 meter, which is given in the second option. Question number 33. A rope of length 10 meter and linear mass density. Linear density 0.5 kg per meter. 0.5 kg per meter. Every 1 meter has 0.5 kg mass. Is lying lengthwise on a smooth horizontal floor. It is pulled by a force of 25 Newton. The tension in the rope at a point 8 meter away from the point of application. Point of application say 8 meter away. So let's say 2, 4, 6, 8 and ये 10. So these are all of 2 meter. या फिर ये 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is the 10 meter length rope. So we have to find out the tension at 10 meter distance. So 1 meter, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have to find out the tension at this point. So what we'll do, we'll separate this rope in two parts. So 8 meter away from the, so this is 2 meter and this is 8 meter. Clear? Force F, here we have tension, here we have tension. Now the acceleration of complete rope will be how much? F divided by its total mass. So its length is 10 meter and linear mass density is 0.5 kg per meter. Every 1 meter has mass equals to 0.5. So 10 meter में कितना mass हो जाएगा? 5 kg. So mass of the rope is 5 kg. So force divided by force कितना लगा रहे हैं हम? 25 Newton. So 25 by 5 acceleration is 5 meter per second square. So acceleration of this will be 5 meter per second square. So now its mass is how much? 2 into 0.5. It is 1 kg. है ना? 1 मीटर का मास कितना है? 1 मीटर का मास है 0.5. 2 मीटर का मास कितना हो जाएगा? 1 kg. So its mass is 1 kg. Its acceleration is how much? Its acceleration is 5 meter per second square. And net force on this is T. And net force should be equal to M into A. M कितना है? 1 and A कितना है? 5. So net force, which is tension, should be 5 Newton. M into A. 5 Newton should be the force acting between these two parts, or the tension at 8 meter distance from the point of application. Fourth option. Question number 34. With what minimum acceleration can a fireman slide down a rope whose braking strength is 2.5 of 2 by 5th of its weight? So यहाँ पे क्या है? A fireman is trying to come down, है ना? यहाँ पे उसने होल्ड किया रोप को and he is coming down. ठीक है? अब क्या होगा? इस पे नीचे लग रहा है mg, ठीक, इस पे नीचे लग रहा है mg और वो उसको रोप को ऐसे होल्ड करके he is trying to come down. तो इस पे क्या लगेगा? ऊपर एक टेंशन लगेगा. Now with the help of this tension, otherwise mg की वजह से तो वो fall down हो जाएगा, free fall हो जाएगा. But with the help of this tension, it is trying to keep himself at some acceleration. कुछ acceleration के साथ वो नीचे आने की कोशिश कर रहा है. ठीक, तो वो क्या करेगा? रोप को ऐसे खींचेगा. So rope will pull it in upward direction. ठीक, so इस पे टेंशन लग रहा है ऊपर, mg लग रहा है नीचे. Now he will try कि मेरा g acceleration तो ना हो, भाई 10 मीटर पर सेकंड स्क्वायर के acceleration से कौन गिरना चाहेगा. So he will try कि टेंशन ज्यादा से ज्यादा हो, so that I will be able to decrease my acceleration. But now this tension is only, the maximum tension possible is 2 by 5 of its weight. The maximum tension possible is this much. So now the maximum force which is acting on it is 2 by 5 mg in upward direction and mg in downward direction. So its acceleration in downward direction will be how much? Mg minus 2 by 5 mg. This is the net force in downward direction. This minus this divided by its mass m. So कितना आ जाएगा? 3 by 5 g. Its acceleration will be 3 by 5 g. So this is 0.6 g. 0.6 g. Answer is third option. Question number 35. A bird dismounts on a stretched telegraph wire. The additional tension produced in the wire is. So let's say telegraph wire कुछ इस तरीके से था, उस पे bird आके बैठ गया, so it has bent something like this, है ना? तो यहाँ पे एक बर्ड आके बैठ गया. So now what will happen? The bird is balanced on that telegraph wire. So what will have? नीचे लगेगा इस पे mg and there will be some tension in this direction which is not be going to be horizontal. It will be at some angle. This is horizontal line. It will be at some theta, and this theta will be very large, very close to, because on the telegraph wire, bird will not be able to have that much effect. So it will bend a very little. So this theta will be closer to 90. So now here we have tension, and here also tension, and this is angle theta, and this is theta. So t cos theta plus t cos theta, 2t cos theta is equal to mg. Now t is equal to mg by 2 cos theta. Clear है? mg by 2 cos theta. So now this theta is very much close to 90 degree. This theta is very much close to 90 degree. So this will be very much close to 0. Not exactly equal to 0, but बहुत ज़्यादा 0 के close होगा. So when it will be very much close to 0, so क्या जाएगा? ये quantity बहुत ज़्यादा बड़ी हो जाएगी, है ना? अगर if cos theta is 1/2, तब तो tension is equal to क्या आएगा? mg. But we know that theta is not going to be 1/2. ये इससे भी और ज़्यादा छोटा होने वाला है. cos theta 1/2 से भी बहुत ज़्यादा छोटा होने वाला है. So when this will be even smaller, तो फिर क्या हो जाएगा? पूरा और भी छोटा हो जाएगा, और जब ये पूरा और छोटा हो जाएगा तो ये फिर क्या हो जाएगा? mg से बड़ा हो जाएगा. So when we will have denominator smaller, the complete value will be greater. So here we have mg by 2 cos theta. So because this theta is, ये थीटा कैसा है? वेरी मच क्लोज टू 90 डिग्री. बहुत तो ये डेफिनेटली 1/2 तो नहीं होगा cos थीटा, ठीक है, क्योंकि थीटा इज इक्वल टू 60 डिग्री तो नहीं होगा. सो नाउ t इज इक्वल टू, वी विल हैव t ग्रेटर देन mg. सो बेसिकली द additional tension produced in the wire will be greater than the weight of the bird. Clear? Greater than the weight of the bird. Now question number 36. In the system shown in the adjoining figure, the tension T2 is. So here we have 1 kg, then 2 kg, and then 3 kg. Here we have T3, T2 and T1. In the system shown in the adjoining figure, the tension T2 is. So simply the system is balanced. This is 3. यहाँ पे क्या जाएगा? If it is at equilibrium, यहाँ पे आ गया 3g, तो यहाँ पे भी आएगा 3g. इस पे लगेगा 3g and its own weight 2g. So यहाँ पे आएगा 5g. Here 5g. So 5g plus its own weight g. So here we have 6g. So T1 is equal to 3g, T2 is equal to 5g, and T3 is equal to 6g. So answer will be third option, 5g. Question number 37. A bullet is moving with velocity 100 meter per second. Can just penetrate 2 planks of equal thickness. The number of such planks penetrated by the same bullet when the velocity is doubled. The number of such planks penetrated by the same bullet when the velocity is doubled. So now what we have? So there will be some initial velocity which is given as v is equal to 100 meter per second. For this bullet, it can penetrate 2 planks of equal thickness. So final velocity is going to be, v final is going to be 0. Now inside that plank it will get some friction, because of which it is going to stop. So here we have v square is 0. So 100 square is equal to 2 into acceleration into distance. Clear? Acceleration into distance. And now in this next case also we are going to have the same acceleration. So in the next case velocity is doubled. So 200 square is equal to 2 into a into s dash. So from here we will have 1 by 4 is equal to s by s dash. So s dash is equal to 4s. Now this s is the distance of 2 planks. This s is the thickness of 2 planks. So thickness of one plank, let's say it is d. Thickness of 2 planks will be how much? 2d. So s is how much? Thickness of 2 planks, because it was able to penetrate 2 planks. So it is s dash will be how much? 4 into 2 into d. So it means s dash is equal to 8 into d. D is what? D is the thickness of one plank. D is the thickness of one plank. So how much such plank we need? We need 8 such planks. तो क्या है यहाँ पे? When you have velocity is equal to v, it was able to penetrate 2 planks. Now velocity is doubled. When velocity is doubled, here we will have square. So अगर इधर square है, इधर ये same है, तो this will be 4 times. तो पहले 2 plank को अगर पेनिट्रेट कर पा रहा था, तो नाउ इट विल बी 4 टाइम्स. सो 2 का 4 टाइम्स 8. सो नाउ इट विल बी एबल टू पेनिट्रेट 8 planks. और अगर हम ऐसे कैलकुलेशन से देखें तो इनिशियली इट वाज एबल टू पेनिट्रेट 2d लेंथ. नाउ इट इज एबल टू पेनिट्रेट 4 टाइम्स लेंथ. इधर 4 टाइम्स हुआ तो इधर भी 4 टाइम्स हो जाएगा. 4 टाइम्स लेंथ मतलब 8d and length of one plank is d or thickness of one plank is d. It means we need 8 such planks. So answer will be 8. Question number 38. A bird is sitting in a wire cage hanging from the spring balance. A spring balance, and we have a wire cage which is hanging from the spring balance. Let the reading of the spring balance be W1. So basically what we have, spring balance cage. Inside that cage we have a bird. So what will be the reading of spring balance? Weight of cage plus weight of bird, which is W1. So W1 is equal to weight of cage plus weight of bird. Now they are saying if the bird flies about inside the cage. Now bird started flying inside the cage. The reading of spring balance is W2. Now when it is flying inside the cage, does it have any contact with the cage? No. And if it doesn't have any contact with the cage, it is in the air. It is in the air. So if it doesn't have any contact with the cage, it is not going to apply any normal on the cage. And reading of spring balance is what? आपके पास अगर spring balance है तो इसमें क्या होगा? यहाँ पे spring balance है. Now here we have bird. So bird plus cage का weight आया इधर. Weight of cage plus weight of bird, and this is the reading of spring balance. Tension in the spring balance. Now bird started flying. अब यहाँ पे क्या है? When bird is sitting here, it is applying some. अगर हम internally इस पे देखें तो इस look at this spring balance. तो यहाँ पे spring balance, इसका एक टेंशन आएगा और इस पे एक टेंशन आएगा. अब अगर आप केज को देखो तो केज पे क्या है? Bird is sitting here. Bird is applying a normal force on the cage. इस पे बर्ड क्या लगा रहा है? एक नॉर्मल फोर्स लगा रहा है. इस पे बर्ड क्या लगा रहा है? एक नॉर्मल फोर्स लगा रहा है. सो इन टोटल व्हाट वी हैव, देयर इज अ टेंशन ऑन द केज बिकॉज ऑफ स्प्रिंग बैलेंस, देयर इज अ नॉर्मल ऑन द केज बिकॉज ऑफ बर्ड, एंड देयर इज अ mg ऑन द केज बिकॉज ऑफ इट्स ओन वेट. सो यहाँ पे आ जाएगा T is equal to normal applied by the bird plus mg. So this will be the reading of the spring balance in first case when the bird is sitting inside the cage. Now bird started flying, so this component is gone. It is not applying any normal force. So simply tension will be equal to this normal is gayab. Tension will be equal to mg. So in first case, and here normal will be equal to what? अगर आप bird का FBD देखो तो bird पे लगा mg here and इस पे लगा normal from cage. So this n is nothing but m of bird into g, and this is m of cage into g. So initially tension is equal to m of bird into g and m of cage into g. So initially this is the case. Finally only weight of cage, क्योंकि bird started moving in air. ठीक है, तो अब उसकी वजह से कोई नॉर्मल नहीं लग रहा है, लेकिन दिमाग में क्या आ सकता है? अभी भी तो इनसाइड केज ही है, बट सी इट इज नॉट अप्लाइंग एनी नॉर्मल फोर्स ऑन द केज. सो नॉर्मल फोर्स यहाँ पे नहीं लगेगा सेकेंड केस में, तो mg, तो यहाँ पे टेंशन की वैल्यू कम हो जाएगी. ठीक है, ध्यान से सोचेंगे. दिस जो यहाँ पे वेट ऑफ रीडिंग ऑफ स्प्रिंग बैलेंस इन फर्स्ट केस इज W ऑफ केज प्लस W ऑफ बर्ड, बिकॉज बर्ड इज सिटिंग देयर, है ना. बर्ड उसको नीचे खींच रहा है केज को बिकॉज ऑफ इट्स ओन वेट, बिकॉज ऑफ द वेट ऑफ द बर्ड. तो इसलिए हमारे पास आया T इज इक्वल टू वेट ऑफ बर्ड प्लस वेट ऑफ केज. सेकेंड केस में इट इज फ्लाइंग, इट इज नॉट अप्लाइंग एनी नॉर्मल, तो इनडायरेक्टली वहां पे क्या होगा? रीडिंग में उसका जो वेट है वो कैंसिल हो जाएगा. सो W2 is less than W1, या W1 is greater than W2. So answer will be second option. Easy है, बहुत ज़्यादा difficult नहीं है ये. Question number 39. 3 blocks of masses M1, M2 and M3 are connected by massless string as shown in the figure on a frictionless table. They are pulled with a force T3 is equal to 40 Newton. ऐसे questions हम किए हुए हैं बहुत सारे. So here we have M1 है 10, M2 is 6, M3 is 4, and we are applying a force 40 Newton. The tension 2 will be, this is T1, this is T2 and this is T3. T3 is equal to 40. Then tension 2 will be how much? So here what we have, this complete system will move with same acceleration. Acceleration of the system is how much? 40 divided by 10 plus 6 plus 4, 20. It is 2 meter per second square. It means this is also moving with the same acceleration. This is also moving with the same acceleration. Now I want to find out the tension T2. So simply what I will do, I will take this system, and on this the net force is T2 and net force will be MA. So net force T2 is equal to MA. M is 16 into A is 2. It will be 32 Newton. Directly 32 Newton. Answer will be fourth option. Question number 40. A body of mass 8 kg is hanging vertically from another body of mass 12 kg. The combination is being pulled by a string with an acceleration 2.2 meter per second square. Then tension T1 will be, take G is equal to 9.8. So I will draw the diagram. We have two masses of 12 kg and 8 kg. 12 kg, 8 kg. Acceleration is equal to 2.2 meter per second square. G is equal to 9.8 meter per second square. It is being pulled with tension T1. Then we have to find out the value of T1. So now the net force on this system is 220 G in downward direction. So T1 minus 20 G is equal to mass 20 into acceleration 2.2. So T1 is equal to 20 into 9.8 plus 2.2. कितना आ जाएगा? 20 into this is 240 Newton. Simply mass into acceleration. Nothing else we have to do. Only mass into acceleration. Question number 41. A force time graph for a linear motion is shown in the figure. The segments shown are circular. The linear momentum gain between 0 to 8 seconds is. So when we have force time graph, how do you find out the gain or loss or change in momentum? By taking the area under the curve. We know that change in momentum is equal to integration FDT. Integration FDT is area under FT curve. So if you take area under FT curve, you will get the change in momentum of the system. So here the graph is given FT. We have to find out the gain in momentum. So it is something like this. 1, 2, minus 1, minus 2. This is 2, 6 and 8. है ना? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So these are circular parts of a circle. These are all circular arcs. So now they want us to find out the net gain in momentum. Clear? So we will take the area. Now if these are circular, then this is half circle and this is the quarter circle. This is the quarter circle. These two are negative area. This is a positive area. When these two will combine, they will form equals to this. So area this plus this will be equal to 0. So net area is going to be 0. So delta P is going to be 0. Area under FT curve is 0. So change in momentum is 0. ठीक है? ये है, यहाँ पे रेडियस दिख रही है ना, ये 2 है, ये 2 है. This is radius 2. ये radius 2. So this is half circle and these two are quarter circle. Combine करके they will form a half circle and equate to this. So positive area is equal to negative area. Total area is 0. So net gain in momentum is 0 Newton second. Answer है second option. Question number 42. The system shown in the figure is in equilibrium. The maximum value of weight, so that the maximum value of static frictional force on 100 kg body is 450 Newton. So here we have 100 kg body and this is 45 degree. So maximum friction on this is 450 Newton. What is the weight of this block, so that maximum friction on this body is 450 Newton. Maximum frictional force. So यहाँ पे 450 Newton लगेगा. So maximum friction लग रहा है, ठीक है? दिस बॉडी इज इन इक्विलिब्रियम, सिस्टम इज इन इक्विलिब्रियम आपको गिवन है. सो 450 न्यूटन, यहाँ पे कितना आ जाएगा 450 न्यूटन इफ इट इज इन इक्विलिब्रियम. ठीक है, अब इस पॉइंट को देखो, दिस पॉइंट इज आल्सो इन इक्विलिब्रियम, तो इस पे यहाँ पे क्या लगेगा 450 न्यूटन बिकॉज इन दिस स्ट्रिंग टेंशन इज गोइंग टू रिमेन सेम. सो यहाँ पे भी कितना लगेगा 450 न्यूटन बिकॉज ऑन दिस ब्लॉक वी हैव ऑन दिस डॉट वी हैव अ फोर्स 450 न्यूटन इन दिस डायरेक्शन. इफ इट इज इन इक्विलिब्रियम 450 न्यूटन in this direction. Now this is 450, this is the component of this tension, so T by root 2 is equal to 450, so T is equal to 450 root 2, so this component will also be 450. Well, definitely if you have this angle is 45, this angle is 45, then this component and this component will be same. 45 में यही तो होता है ना, दोनों कंपोनेंट सेम हो जाएंगे, तो दिस इज 450 तो ये भी 450. अगर ये 450 न्यूटन इट मींस यहाँ पे भी 450 न्यूटन. And if tension in this is 450 Newton, it means tension on this is 450 Newton. And if it is in equilibrium, मतलब इसका mg कितना है 450 Newton. It means its weight is going to be 450 Newton. Answer will be first option 450 Newton. Question number 43. In the figure shown, block A and B move with velocity v1 and v2 along horizontal direction. Find ratio v1 is to v2. So here we have a block. It is moving with v1 in this direction. And this block is moving in this direction with v2, and these are the angles theta 2 and theta 1. Then what will the ratio v1 is to v2. ठीक है, तो सिंपली यहाँ पे क्या है, this is the question of constraints. Question of constraints. So the velocity component along the length of here we will have a pulley. ठीक है, तो length velocity component along the length of the string is going to remain same because the length of the string cannot change. ठीक है, so जिस velocity से towards the length with whatever velocity this block is moving towards the length of the string, it is going to move away from the same away from the length with the same velocity. Then only the string is going to remain tight, plus it is not going to get extended. So velocity component in this direction, this is v1. So in this direction its component will be, this is theta, so this will be 90 minus theta, so v1 sin theta 1. And velocity is in this direction. ठीक है, velocity v2 is like this. Component along the length of the string, if this is theta 2, this will be theta 2, it means this will be 90 minus theta 2, so v2 cos 90 minus theta 2, v2 sin theta 2. So now v1 sin theta 1 should be equal to v2 sin theta 2, and from there we are going to get v1 by v2 is equal to sin theta 2 divided by sin theta 1. Clear है चीज? This question I have done in the lecture. So sin theta 2 by sin theta 1. Answer will be the first option. Question number 44. Given system is accelerated upward with an acceleration g by 2. If m is 10 kg and pulley and strings have mass 5 kg, the net force acting on the system is, simply acceleration of the system is given, mass of the system is given, what is the net force on the system? ma. So net force, mass of the system is 10 kg is the mass of block and 5 kg is the mass of pulley plus string. So we have a system like this. This is 5 kg and this complete system is moving up with g by 2 acceleration, and mass of this plus this is 10 kg. So total mass of the system is 15 kg and acceleration of the system is g by 2. What will be the net force on the system? Net force on the system is force mass into acceleration, 15 g by 2. Answer is first option. Question number 45. Two forces F1 and F2 are acting at both ends of an uniform string of mass m as shown in the figure. The magnitude of tension at point C is. So we have a string of length x1 plus x2. This is the point C. F2 force is acting in this direction, F1 force is acting in this direction, and we need to find out the tension at this point C. So again simply find out the net acceleration of the system and then separate it from here so that the tension comes into picture. So now we have let's say it is moving in this direction, so F2 minus A is equal to F2 minus F1 divided by mass of the string, it is m. Clear? So acceleration of the system is this much. Now focus on this part. This part is x2. Force is F2 here, and here we have tension. Now total mass of the system is m. So we can find out mass per unit length. Why am I doing that? Because I want to find out mass of this. So now we have mass of x2 part is equal to mass per unit length is total mass by total length x1 plus x2, and mass of x2 will be into x2, है ना? क्या है हमारे पास? हमारे पास x1 plus x2 लेंथ का मास है m, तो पर यूनिट लेंथ का मास कितना है? m by x1 plus x2. So x2 लेंथ का मास कितना है? m by x1 plus x2 into x2. So this is the mass of this. Now it is moving with acceleration a, which is equal to this. So net force is equal to ma. F2 minus t is equal to mass of x2 into acceleration of x2. So F2 minus t is equal to, or directly let's write t is equal to F2 minus mass of x2 is mx2 divided by x1 plus x2 into a of x2. F2 minus f1 divided by m. If you solve this, what will get? T is equal to F2 x1 plus F2 x2 minus F2 x2 plus F1 x2 divided by x1 plus x2. So tension will be equal to F2 x2 F2 x2 gone. So F2 x1 plus F1 x2 divided by x1 plus x2. This will be the value of tension at this point. क्लियर है चीज? तो यहाँ पे हमारे पास जो क्वेश्चंस हैं 45 हमने सॉल्व कर लिए हैं. तो क्वेश्चंस बहुत ज्यादा डिफिकल्ट नहीं थे. कुछ क्वेश्चन गिन के जो 10 रहे होंगे थोड़े से आपके एवरेज से थोड़े बेटर हो सकते हैं, बट मोस्ट ऑफ द क्वेश्चन आप लोग सॉल्व कर सकते थे. सो ट्राई करेंगे कि क्वेश्चन पेपर पूरा आपसे बन गया हो आफ्टर द टेस्ट. डेफिनेटली टेस्ट में तो पूरा बनाना मतलब बहुत डिफिकल्ट है, बट आफ्टर द टेस्ट आपसे ये पूरा बन गया हो. अगर कोई डाउट है तो यहाँ पे पूछ लेंगे. फिर भी अगर क्लियर नहीं हुआ, यू कैन टेक्स्ट अस सो दैट विल बी एबल टू आंसर यू. तो पढ़ते रहेंगे बढ़िया से. थैंक यू.